Welcome back. Thank God it's Friday, TGIF. It's Lori Porter in for Katie Page. It is Friday, and we should be able to get into all kinds of trouble here on a Friday, I would imagine. I'll tell you what, I haven't been under this many lights since, well, I don't know. I guess I've never been under this many lights. It gets a little warm here in the studio. And we're going to have to start having guests or something. I like to interview people. I like some chit chat and banter. I'm not a very good stand-up, I guess, or a one-woman show. But anyway, today we're going to talk a little bit about the new campaign, CNAs Matter. And Gary, I think, has an image he'll put up here of our shirt. Looky there, CNAs Matter. We want to sell the dickens out of those, not just for sales to raise money for the campaign and the awareness, but to have as many of these shirts being worn across America, as well as the shirt is just one piece of the overall campaign. There'll be yard signs, there'll be bumper stickers or window clings. I guess bumper stickers aren't very popular anymore, so there'll be window clings and whatever else that we can dream of. And all of this stuff will be available in the Pro Shop, but not till after conference. We will have every bit of it at CNA Fest, where it'll be launched and sold there first, and then whatever we come home with will go in the Pro Shop. But CNAs do matter, and it's time we're loud and proud about who we are and what we do, and the t-shirt and all the other Chotsky, as Jeff calls it, I guess that's items. All the other items in the campaign will indeed start a conversation. When I wear a NAHCA shirt, not necessarily this one, but when I wear a NAHCA shirt that has something on the front of it about who we are, and I fly on planes, I am asked a dozen times at least. So I know if 42,000 people are asked a dozen times who they are, what does CNA mean, what do CNAs Matter mean, it starts the conversation that needs to happen all across America. Not enough people are talking about CNAs in positive ways. The news media just massacres us as well as our nursing homes for the care we try to provide. Now, I know there are bad nurse aides, just like there are bad cops and bad nurses and bad doctors and bad lawyers. But if we only look to the bad, if we only highlight the bad, that's all this country's ever going to know is bad. And that's what does get the highlights. It's the shooting, it's the abuse, it's the any kind of corruption, any kind of something that goes wrong. This country likes to highlight it rather than realizing that, hey, bad stuff happens everywhere. We're not a perfect people, we're not a perfect society, and yes, bad things will happen. We can't ignore the bad, but we can't make it the top of the heap. We've got to make our excellence, the excellence of those of you out there caring, providing the ADLs for residents in senior housing, clients in home health. We've got to raise the awareness of who you are and what you do. This country should be recognizing you. They cannot recognize you because not everyone is clear on what the three letters CNA or ALC, assisted living caregiver, what they represent. So we want to start a conversation. Now, for those of you that are in assisted living and you're members of NAHCA and you aren't a CNA, you might be asking, what about a shirt for us? What about assisted living caregivers? Assisted living caregiver members, I am going to give you an assignment. I want you to come up with, here's your opportunity. I want you to come up with a national title. If it's AL caregiver, then we'll say ALC. If it's resident services attendant, assistant, whatever you want the title to be in assisted living, you message me, text, or better not text me since I haven't given out my cell phone number, but you can email me at lporter@NAHCACNA.org. You can fax us at 417-623-2230. or you can call me at the office at 417-623-6049 to discuss it. But I will promise you, if you come up with the title, the National Association of Healthcare Assistants will ensure that it is the title of recognition for assisted living caregivers on the front line across this nation. Let's give you a title. Let's set the stage for what assisted living caregivers are called. I want you to have as much recognition as CNAs. I don't put CNAs ahead of assisted living caregivers, but CNAs have had a title for a very, very long time. There's no shame in you coming under the umbrella of a CNA. I know there's much talk out there about CNAs can do more or do less in a nursing home setting than a caregiver can do in an assisted living. It really isn't about who can do what. It's about the work we perform. The work that CNAs do, yes, outside of being in a skilled setting. ADLs are ADLs. Activities of daily living are being carried out in assisted living and in skilled and long-term care every day. But if it's offensive for you to wear a shirt that says CNAs matter, let's make your shirt because you matter too. That's it for today on Friday, TGIF for Katie in the Morning, and I'm Lori Porter, and it's been a pleasure standing in this week. I'll be back with you on Monday, and we should see Katie on Tuesday and for the remainder of next week. Until then, NAHCA out.